I'm here after an absolutely fantastic game where we just got the results and we just heard the cheers, and you know what that means? That means that NBK and company, Vitality, the name on that t-shirt right there, is going to the finals. Nathan, how are you feeling?
It's great. I mean, we have one big cause to stand behind, which is getting Alex into the grand final and playing, in front of his crowd as much as possible. And it's working out pretty good so far, so yeah, can only be happy with that.
I mean, I'm sure Alex is very happy with that too, but the crowd definitely is. But Nathan, this is about you right now, because I was looking this up, and the last time a French team and the last time you were in the finals of such a big tournament was in 2017. It's been 2 years since then, but you're here again, you're back at. Did you ever think in the middle that maybe you just lost your touch, maybe it just wasn't there, or did you always know in your heart of hearts?
No, fuck no. I mean, we knew that it was going to come back at some point. I think it was not a lot about individuals themselves, but getting the scene together and forming good teams and getting proper work together and stuff like that. So that was the main plan, and as long as you follow that and you follow good a good mindset and good work, it can only come back. I mean, we have everything we need in France. It's just about putting it together. So yeah, no, never lost faith. No, it was just a matter of time before coming back.
Well, I mean, that's what we can see right here as well. But I realize it's been 10 years since you were voted in France the best young player of 2009 by Vacan, and now you stand here a decade later. What's next for you moving forward? Do you think that it's time for Vitality, where they can be a dark horse, or even a major contender going into the next major?
Right. I mean, that's the plan anyway. We want to beat anybody and everybody, right? So we have to do that. Settling at 6, 7, 8 is not good enough. That's not what I want. I mean, as I said, I think I've been through almost everything in my career, and now it's all about winning. I don't really care about the rest. Even semifinals, it's like everything is about finals pretty much and winning. So yeah, I mean that's the long-term plan, and again, I think we have the pieces to make it, and then the ultimate goal is to be the greatest player of all time. I mean, that's going to be impossible, I guess, for the whole scene. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. But then, if not, then taking that spot in France, and then we'll see what happens. But those are the ultimate end goals that are, I don't know, I still have 5, 6, 7 plus maybe years.
Well, I mean, 5, 6, 7 years, hopefully, of us watching you as well. But you know what? You talked about wanting to become the greatest player of all time in France, and you're kind of on the way there, because from what I know in recent history, in the past few years at the very least, no team from France without KennyS and Shox both has managed to make it this far, and you've done is assembling this motley crew, assembling these newer players on your team combined with older ones, with veterans. How does it feel to have this project of yours that so many people were looking at and saying, you know what, maybe with a couple of players here and there, maybe they just don't have the firepower, maybe they can't do this, maybe there are no more maybes. You're here.
Yeah, no, I think it's a lot about many pieces that work together. I mean, the addition of Zayu, obviously, and his rise, it's a lot. I mean, we trusted him to go big at every stage possible, and he is delivering every single game. So we have that, we have the synergy, we have the good mindset, which is everything we worked on since the very beginning of this roster, and everything is clicking together. So I think we have much more depth, and I think we are winning a lot on individualities and what individuals could provide to the team back in the days. But I think now it changed a little bit, and it's more of the whole group that is growing up together and shaping up together. And I think that's why, it's not necessarily about the individuals and about the names. It doesn't really matter what name you have in your jersey or who you are. It's just about what you deliver on the server, and that's what we're showing right now. So yeah, it's working because we do the things properly and right, I guess, and that's what we like to think, at least. Yeah.
Well, I mean, tomorrow you're up against another team where maybe names on the jerseys aren't really what people are used to, but you know what they're looking at? They're looking at results, and Furia is getting them. You beat them a couple of weeks ago at Dallas, but something tells me that they just beat Astralis twice. Things might be a little bit harder. What do you think?
So they beat us. Actually, they destroyed us in Dallas. because he was in quarterfinal.
I was trying to be nice about this. Oh well.
Sorry, I'm just saying, just so that I don't have to say a wrong narrative. So it's okay, doesn't matter. And so yeah, no, they're extremely surprising. Very very strong team. Again, that's the perfect way of showing that names don't really matter in that sense, because they're just coming in and they're taking things by force. It's not like they have easy path or anything. No, they're fucking coming and they're just taking it away. So I don't know. I'm just really looking forward to that rematch. I think I've talked a little bit with them. They're really great guys. I'm very supportive to them. But tomorrow it's a different fight. You know, we're back against one another, and we know the game style. We know how crazy they are, and it's one thing knowing what they're going to do. It's another thing countering it, and that's the main problem, because I think a lot of teams know that they're fucking crazy, rushing through smokes, and then Art is just the craziest player I've ever seen, probably. And it's one thing to know it; it's another thing to counter it. So that's going to be the big point. Like, we have one evening and one morning to discuss and find the solution on how to counter the whole aggression. And so because they're a young team, I think they're not going to have many B plans. And so if we can make that, I like our chances. But we have to get in from the get-go, because they're crazy. Like, Brazilians always brought energy and firepower from the first round that they play, and so they're going to do it tomorrow, especially for the first grand final. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a fucking sick brawl, and I'm just really looking forward to that game. Yeah.
I mean, I think we all are at this point, especially with Alex being on the stage, especially with the crowd being behind him. Furia is going to be the villains for once, it seems like. Otherwise, they've always got the support. But just to end things off, do you have anything left to say to your fans in France who've been waiting for so long to see you, to see anyone, to see the flag hoisted once again at an international tournament? What better place to do it than in England, of all the places? What better place to try and come and rule than, you know, the historical rivalry? What do you think? What do you have to say?
First off, thank you. I mean, I think it's been seen on the stream and everywhere. I think most of the people were behind us, and it really matters. It makes a difference. So thank you, first of all, for that. Online as well. I mean, you know, we always like to end our games and then watch social medias, and after the games just relax like that. You know, it's always good to know that people have nice words about you instead of blaming you for each and everything that happens. So no, really happy about that. Thanks to everyone, and yeah, hopefully the grand final is going to deliver and have a good show for everybody.
Well, you know what? I may have made some mistakes in this interview, but Nathan, he knew what to do. He knew how to carry me forward, and that's what he's going to be doing with his team tomorrow as well, up against Furia. Make sure you tune in to find out how that goes, because this one is going to be a banger. Thank you so much, Nathan, for the interview.
Thank you.